Astralis just bombed out of the Clone Major, winning just one of their 5 maps played, and they'd done so with the lowest T-side win rate at the whole event with just 16%. On this map, Astralis only managed to get 5 rounds on CT and then won the T-side pistol where they thought, maybe there's a chance we can actually get back into this game. Now they need to win the second round conversion to get a foothold back in the best of 1. They do a set round where they want to split A. However, Hooksy throws the garage smoke, but look at his crosshair placement here. He's not looking for anything. He dies, and it's a 4v5. And then Stair wants to come help. He gets tagged. He's stuck towards garage. And now we've only got 2 players, Yabi and Ryu, who are actually at the focal point of this attack. Fuzi is trying to come and help, but for some reason he's got the bomb. He's trying to come hot, and he's late. And this just gives timings for Jam Young to get an easy flank behind, leaving Astralis in just some bullshit round where no one was actually next to each other to give any opportunities of trades. Now, when Astralis can finally afford a full buy again, they're just going to call for a full A exec. But when teams normally do some smokes outside as T's, you're going to see the CTs rotate, but that's only after a certain amount of time. Because on the first kind of smokes, the CTs can break and they don't have to rotate at the start, and that's what you're going to see here. Astralis have done smokes, but look at the CTs. No one's really had to move. They're very close. And when they do the exec, they're not even going to need the rotates because there's a bit of hesitation at Ryu here when he's second out hot. It allows Zero to get this double, and immediately Astralis are just into a 5v1, and around it they really had no chance of even winning. And now Astralis backs against the wall in this round, they need a round one. So they're going to start with the insta smoke, the first insta diag smoke. Normally teams are going to pair this up with like a second smoke. Instead, Astralis are going to opt to do the 2 and the 3 wall smokes, which I'll get back to. And then they want to flash there into garage. But if we look at Jam Young's perspective here, he's crossed the back garage for free because of Astralis' smokes. He's not white to this flash. He gets an easy kill on Slayer. And he does get pretty damn fucking lucky to still be alive here and make it a 5v3. But this round, again, it's a round where Astralis, they were so reliant on Stair getting this kill, getting this space in garage, but it doesn't happen, and as soon as he dies, it feels like the round kind of just falls apart. Also, just look at some of these nice shots from Jam Young here. I mean, he hits an absolute blinder on Ryu and then follows up with an even better shot here. And this is something that Astralis couldn't really match up to. Now, when we look at this round in more detail, we're going to see the issues. Here, Astralis is going to throw this first diagonal smoke, as I mentioned, the 2 and the 3 smokes. Instead, is going to try to take fast garage with Fuzi's flash, but you can see the issue immediately here. Astralis have thrown this first smoke, but when a CT is going back garage, this smoke actually acts as a glaive smoke in this round, but even better because it's closer to you, so it gives you a bit more freedom. And in this round, it allows Jam Young to get back out of garage, and this is something that you would see happen quite a lot, where if someone is back garage, but you've got multiple bodies outside, then the vast majority of the time, this player is going to die. The T's are going to use a lot of resources, but they're probably going to kill him because it's very hard for the CTs to protect him when he's stuck here. The T's can flash it a bunch of times, they can put bodies to it. There's many different ways that the T's can trade this. And so it really begs the question, what were Astralis trying to do in this round? With these free smokes, was there some kind of gimmick? Have they done this before? And using Strapis, we can look at all their previous barons. You can see they've only thrown this first smoke just a handful of times. And when I actually pull up the rounds that they have used this smoke in the past, like this example here versus Aurora, you can see they throw this first ag smoke, and they throw the second one, and they cross secret. And then another example, they throw again, they throw the second one, they cross secret. So in this round versus Tai Lu, it's actually my fault that Astralis just messed up this round, or had some really weird call, which is not very normal, because Ryu's on silo, Hooksy's crossing secret with the bomb, Stairs going into the garage, Fuzi's lagging at the back, and Yabi's ramp. I mean, even if Astralis did have this predetermined, this round is way too complicated, it's messy, it's not needed, and ultimately it was one of the main reasons why Astralis couldn't do anything at this major. This video is powered by Stratbase, sponsored by UKCS Hub. Use code UKCS Hub at checkout for a 20% discount. And it wasn't just that round that I have looked at Astralis and thought, why are these rounds so complicated? This round, we can see Fuzi's peeking back garage. He's not saying the secret player is going to die, right? That's fair enough. But when we look at the whole context of the round, there's a Tetris smoke and there's players going out A. Yabi's walking through a smoke. And when we look at the other players' perspectives, we start to wonder, why are Astralis making these rounds so complicated? Fuzi's peeking back red. You've got two players coming out door, and you've got one guy dropping at the main. Why does Fuzi need to be back red on this round? If he just does a site nades, he would actually have made the round a lot easier, and we can see this from VSM's perspective, where he's just heaven. He is getting to pick all of these drills he takes. He doesn't actually get any kills, but if his team were to die, you can see how easily VSM could have just stepped into the angles and traded. It's a round that Astralis again just makes so complicated. And when we switch over to Overpass, we can actually see this same sort of theme. As Astralis want to do a sit round, they want to go fast, but you've got Fuzi just running out short with the op. He doesn't even get a flash while his team are rushing Monster. I mean, it just seems like Fuzi would have just been better in these rounds, just throwing some support util. But Astralis are always trying to do this extra step, this extra little thing to make this round seem kind of cool or interesting. When if you watch a lot of the top teams, it's just doing the basics right, and Astralis were really trying to do too much. Then towards the end of this series, Astralis did actually realise that perhaps they were trying to overcomplicate it a little bit, and so they were just doing some rounds like this where it was a bit slower. And Stair had also been punished enough in mid, one-on-one, to realise that maybe Pain are going to try and kill him again. And here he does really well to punish Pain for trying to take that aggro, and he gives Astralis a really valuable 5v4, something that they've not really had this event really at all. But then Astralis are going to do the opposite of what they've done this whole series, and rather than playing fast, they're going to play super, super slow. Stair is just now crawling up mid at 1 minute. Ryu is still hiding in con, and Fuzi's just went back to B. Now look how separate they are. Ryu is going to, on the radar, slowly shift up con, while Stair is divider, and his teammates are going out monster. It's really confusing. I don't know what the call is here, where Astralis want to end, but then all of a sudden they decide, we want to run back up connector with 20 seconds left and die to the long player who you had never cleared at any point in this round. This was a really disappointing showing from Astralis, and one that is probably going to lead to some kind of roster changes. What kind of changes would you like to see? If you like this content, make sure to give it a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, and check out some of my other videos.